Sheikh, I did something I would never do today, but I threw the Quran away. I threw it on the table. I threw it because it scared me. I went away to Bible college to start my studies to become a missionary. Before I went, I took some classes at a local community college, the College DuPage, and I had met some young men from Syria. And I kept thinking, these are such good men, they should be Christian, not Muslim. And one of them told me, you always want us to read the Bible, but would you read the Quran? And I didn't have any intention to read the Quran. But he said, I'll take your New Testament if you take the Quran. So this was something I was thinking this is good. I was happy about that. I took the Quran, he took the New Testament. I had the idea I should look. And that was the first time that I read the Quran while I was at Bible college. SubhanAllah, the first time I read the Quran, I opened it. It fell into sort of the third chapter, Surah Al-Imran. And I was reading about Jesus. I said, oh my God, I didn't know Jesus was in this book. Mary, Zachariah, the prophets, all the prophets. And I'm reading their history, the story of their lineage, their ancestry, and how God has connected the story. Amazing story. And I was shocked. Sheikh, I did something I would never do today, but I threw the Quran away. I threw it on the table. I threw it because it scared me. Because suddenly I realized from that one short reading, I had another option. And I kept reading. And I kept reading until I got to this verse in the Quran, in Surah Al-Ma'idah 83. In this passage, God is talking to the Christians. Maybe you know this verse. Those who are the Christians or who call themselves the Christians, when they hear this word of God, this message that is sent to the Rasul, to Muhammad, when they see that, you see their eyes fill with tears. Sheikh, my eyes had tears in them when I read that verse. SubhanAllah. And it says, they will say, mark me as a believer, mark me as a shahada, a witness to this truth. And I knew I was a Muslim at that day. I retreated to my bedroom and I sat on the floor next to my bed and I held the Quran and I read some more, and I'm thinking, you know what, God, if I'm going to change my life, it has to be easy. It can't be hard. If it's hard or if I have some doubts, I'll fail. And I was at the point of begging Allah, please don't let me fail this test. And I read some more verses, and I remember placing the Quran on the bed, and I fell down into sujood. I didn't know what sujood was as a Christian. It was natural for me to fall into sujood, and I was in sujood, crying, and my body was heaving and shaking. It was the scariest moment of my life, where I knew everything rested on that moment. Rested on me making it's one thing to see the truth, but to live it is another thing. And so here I am in sujood, and I don't even know why I'm in sujood. And I didn't have a name for it back then. I'm just on the ground crying, with my face in the carpet. I knew I was a Muslim because I knew that the Quran was the Word of God, because nothing could change me if it wasn't actually God changing me.